Once I was afraid that I'd find you. Your patient, trembling eyes would unwind me, and all I've become. Once I was afraid I'd find.
Hi, I'm Janelle McFarland. I'm the president and founder of Hearts of Hope Dog Rescue. Hearts of Hope started in 2011 because there were just too many dogs to save, and I couldn't save them all by myself, so I needed to recruit a lot of people to help. This is Fiona, and this is my dog Oscar. He was my foster fail, and Fiona is a current foster dog of Hearts of Hope, and she's came from Pound Buddies in Muskegon, and she's dealing with some extreme malnutrition and neglect from her old owner, and hopefully she's going to start feeling better soon. She's really skinny, and we put this little sweater on her to try to cover it up so she doesn't make you guys cry, but she's definitely Hearts of Hope. Really, our goal is to save as many dogs as we can. There's a huge problem with too many dogs and not enough homes, and people keep breeding more dogs, and a lot of people just don't know what's happening because they don't go to the shelter and ask questions and see it with their own eyes. Our volunteers all know about this huge issue that we have, and we all try to help as many as we can, and pretty much any kind of dogs that we come across, whether they're big, little, whatever breed, whatever health situation, we don't care if they're 15 years old. We try to help anybody that we can help, and we just do our best to try to give them a good life. Hearts of Hope is kind of unique in the fact that we're completely foster based. Our rescue is made up of over 50 foster families that all care for the dogs in their homes. We don't have a building. A lot of people think that we're a shelter and they want to come and see our dogs, and it's not that easy because our fosters are all over West Michigan, and they all work and they have kids and other animals, and we're all very busy, but we try to get together every weekend so that people can come and see our dogs. And we set up home visits for all of our dogs if we have an application we think would be a good fit, and the fosters always have the last say in where their foster dogs go, which is also something that makes Hearts of Hope unique.
I love that there's a structure, and there is definitely rules and guidelines, but every dog is different and every family is different, and I love that there's a little bit of leeway to be able to take this dog into our homes, let it become the dog that it can be, the family member, and pretty much we're able to choose the families that eventually get these dogs and know that it's a right fit, that it's not just coming back to the organization and handing over a leash, that we're actually doing home visits and thoroughly vetting the people. We feel comfortable when we have them sign that adoption agreement that it's the right choice. I love that.
So what our fosters do is really take care of the dogs. The rescue covers all the expenses. We cover the vet care, we cover the food, supplies, whatever our fosters need to keep the dogs healthy and happy and have toys to play with and nice beds to sleep on. So we get them all set up, and the fosters just basically have to love them and care for them and bring them to our events so that people can meet them and help find them the right fit and the right home.
Yeah,
Mark, yeah. And we really, I tell you what, developed an appreciation for what they do, the fosters, because
holy cow, yeah.
they checked us out
Very thoroughly. In spite of Dan, they let us do this 3 times.
Even with the witness relocation, it worked out well.
I think people get intimidated by the idea of fostering, and it's one thing that I found to be simple as far as, you decide what dog you want to take in, what you can handle, what your level, is of what you're able to have in your home. and then you feed and you love a dog and you let it out to potty. I mean, you do, if you have dogs at home already, you're doing what you're already doing just for a dog that has no one else to do that for them. So for something to be so simple, and yet there are so many times that I look at all of us and I think like we're superheroes, for something that simple, but we're changing lives. And I just get really proud of us.
If you're interested in fostering, what you would need to do is apply to foster on our website, and we'll review your application, talk with you about what the expectations are. Our fosters are all very dedicated, and it does require somebody who is reliable and able to talk to the public and talk to potential adopters, and also just has the patience and the willingness to be, dedicated to taking in a dog and keeping that dog until they find a forever home, whether that's a week or a year. And some of our dogs need training help. Some of them need house training. Some of them need to be crate trained. Some of them even need more extensive training. And we have resources and trainers that help us out. And our fosters have access to that. So if you're interested in being a foster and you think that you would want to be a part of our group, definitely apply.
I worked with, two different rescues, and both are wonderful, but everyone here is so knowledgeable and so amazing and so giving and willing to help out at any second, and never bats an eye if there's trouble or a challenging dog or if I'm having a hard time. And mostly, more recently, when Diesel was sick, I was never ever alone, and that to me meant the world. So yeah, I feel really proud when I say that I'm with Hearts of Hope, and people are like, oh, I've heard wonderful things about it, and I just want that to grow and grow and grow, and I see that happening.
I think everything we've ever seen of them, you can tell that everyone involved with it cares so much about what they're doing. And, they all want to do as much as they possibly can to save, every last one that they can. And, the lengths that they go to for their dogs is really great. I know we followed the story recently of the dog they had gotten, Diesel, that had cancer, and it was really just touching to see, this was a foster dog that she hadn't even had for that long, but, just the amazing life they gave him and, did everything they could. It was very obvious that these are all people who care so much about what they're doing.
If you really want to help Hearts of Hope and you don't have a lot of money, you can't donate a lot of money to help with the vet bills, and you're really not in a position, if you're a renter or whatever the case is, where you're not able to foster a dog, but you still want to find ways to help, definitely we have so many different things that people do to help out the rescue. We have a photographer that takes tons of videos and pictures and records our dogs so that we can put out the best pictures of them to help find them the best homes. We have social media, and we always need help getting our dogs out there, having people share our dogs and just help network, help find them homes. Sometimes we need people just temporarily to watch a dog for a weekend, or we need somebody to take a trip to a shelter to pick up a dog and bring them back. There's a lot of different things that people can do, and our group is such a family, and we're such a great community of people that we all we help each other out. Raise the Woof is really kind of us celebrating our 5-year anniversary and recognizing that we've done over 1,000 adoptions with Hearts of Hope. But the reason I named it Raise the Woof is because I wanted to talk about our goals and our hopes for the future, and we really want to have a center for Hearts of Hope. We want to have a building where if we run into a situation where we have nowhere for a dog to go, we can still help. And even if it's just a temporary place for them. And they eventually do end up in a foster home, which is always our goal. We want all of our dogs to have the experience of being in a home, so that we can better get to know them, figure out who they are and what their best scenario would be, whether they should be in a home with kids or other dogs or cats, and so that we can prepare the person that adopts them to give them the best possible chance that, you know, their new home's going to work out. But having a facility, which is our goal in the next 5 years, we hope that our 10-year anniversary we'll have another Raise the Woof, and we'll have a facility where we can hold our own events, where we can store all of our supplies, where our dogs have a place to go if they need to be quarantined, or they just need a safe place to stay for the weekend while their foster's gone. There's just multiple reasons and things that we could use a building for. So that's what we need your help for. And you've probably noticed we have these donation envelopes around tonight, and we're really hoping that people will donate. Sign up on the website if you can to donate monthly. Everything helps. Our vet bills are really expensive because we do take on harder cases and dogs that need more care. Fiona was one of them. So definitely help us raise the Woof.
I think a central location to keep supplies, to keep dogs that possibly are in an emergency situation, that we could have somewhere where it's not such a, right now, everyone's got a little piece of Hearts of Hope in their home, and we all work together, but we're running several different places in one day, trying to collect for maybe one dog's needs. It would be great to have everything centralized in one spot. And I think it would make life a lot easier for Janelle as well as all of us.
It's wonderful to say that we're all rescuing so many dogs by just having fosters out in the community, but there are those times when we're full because there's so many dogs that need to be loved and aren't. So having the building would just help us get to that point where we can save more, and maybe the dogs that don't quite fit into the homes right away will eventually just help us get to save more and more and more.
We run into people that would like to surrender dogs to us who have not taken the time to socialize their dogs, and it's not to say the dog couldn't eventually live with other dogs, they just need slow introduction, and at this point we have nowhere to house them temporarily until we can do enough meet and greets to figure out what the issues are, if there are any. We have people that maybe adopt a dog and end up struggling with issues down the road. It'd be nice to have somewhere that we could actually meet them and work with them that's kind of neutral ground and, you know, enough space and inside. We don't really say no to anything based on history, you know, whether it's bite history or medical history or, I mean, anything. We don't say no to dogs, and I think the only time that we do have to say no to a dog is if it has other dog problems, and obviously all of us have dogs in the home.
Or if we have absolutely nowhere for
right,
them to
or
go.
if we're full. Even if it's a dog that just needs an extra couple days to stay somewhere until we have a foster home open up, we don't have the ability to do that right now.
Your patient, trembling eyes would unwind me, and all I've become. Once I was afraid I'd fall in love with you for the first time. For the first time. For the first time.
What are your names?
Grassroots Gorilla Rescue. Is that your name? What?
What do you think about them being pit bulls? Did that faze you?
No, not at all.
You're a pit bull? Can you tell? You know, you can say bad rap, you can say anything. If I could have 10 pit bulls, I would.
Yeah. Yeah.
They wouldn't have me, probably, but I would certainly have them.
It's not the breed, it's the.
With fundraising, we can afford to do some of these more extensive care for these dogs. Daisy, you're killing me, dude.
She's just noisy. She's not actually in the shop.
Daisy! Go lay down!
Oh, me too. Me too.
Yep. Pay attention to me.
Hi. Such a ham. You'd get very possessive of anything you got hold of. Sam, you need to get out of the kitchen because you're gonna get stuck and then you're gonna shoot off and it's gonna make a lot of noise. He was straightened out and I could take stuff away from him. Rosie! Don't chew on her bag. You might want to put that up. She's totally chewing on the clips. Rosie. Rosie.
I saw her doing it, but she was being gentle and it was really cute, so I didn't yell at her.
You think you're a puppy.
She is a baby.
Yeah, I know. Oh, she's so funny. As dangerous. Did you see that? That's what she does to them. She goes and slams and they bark at her and she thinks it's hilarious. Rose.